Diane in Denmark here, rah rah rah, hurry hurry. It is Thursday, or Little Friday as we call it here in Denmark. I'm doing a quick Q&A today. I'm heading out the door. It's kind of dull and grey here, but it doesn't matter. I've got my thermal trousers on that I got in Tokyo, was it 2 years ago? And it was either Uniqlo or Muji, so I'm all kind of nice and warm. And I've also got my breakfast with me. I'm heading out the door to go on my bike down to the sea. I bike down to the sea with Vibeke, and we have our skinny dip, naked swimming in the sea all year round. It's called winter bathing. Anyway, Vibeke's bringing the tea, so it's all good. Anyway, a quick check-in today with a Q&A, questions that come in either on Instagram or here on YouTube. And let's just dive, if you forgive the pun, because I'm going to swim. We don't dive into the water, we walk into the water when it's this cold. But anyway, let's dive into those questions. Something that comes up quite often whenever I'm doing the zone cleaning, when you see me doing zone cleaning with the Flylady system, is about washing walls. Do I ever wash the walls? And I have to say, I've never felt the need to wash any of our walls. If I see a little mark on a wall, of course, and especially in the kitchen, then I'll wipe it off. But I think that whole thing of washing walls, at least for us, that is something that you used to do, like in the very old days when you had lots of open fires, or people were smoking inside the house, or maybe you're living in an area where you get, I don't know, maybe a lot of dust and stuff coming in. I have never personally felt the need to wash a wall. If you want to wash your walls, go ahead and do it. But I use my feather duster to get down cobwebs, but no washing of walls here. But if you want to do it, feel free. Another Flylady question that came up was about whether you should be doing, or if I do, my routines while I'm on vacation or on holiday. And I've mentioned this many times before. I can't kind of help myself. I just go through my routines as normal. Now, when I say doing my routines, I don't mean doing things like zone cleaning and decluttering spice drawers, things like that. But I follow my usual routine that, even when we're staying in a hotel, as soon as I get out of bed, I'll have my shower and get dressed. And then when I'm finished, I'll, pull the covers back and make the bed. And also if we're staying with family, and I do the same thing. And even, if we're staying in some kind of apartment, often we get an apartment, I'll do my little thing if there's a washing machine there. We always travel with less clothes, and I do maybe a little wash every second day. So I keep up with my routines in that way. And I thought also I would just mention here, because we are coming into the festive season. Maybe you're traveling for Thanksgiving, maybe you've got guests coming in. Just think about that. Try and be a good guest, when you're there. Obviously, offer to help out. But also, if you've got guests coming into your home, allow them to help, because I was dreadful at that. Would have people coming, and I wanted to be, the hostess with the mostess and do everything, and I would really run myself ragged. And when they left, we had piles of laundry, and all the dishes and things had been just kind of stuffed into cupboards. Just continue, as I said, with your normal routines. Try, if you're doing like me, a load of laundry per day, just take that 5 minutes to put the laundry on, and at the end of the day, fold the laundry, whatever your normal routine is, because the guests are not going to worry about that. And the last thing that they want to do is see you kind of stressing, trying to make everything perfect. Nobody is perfect here. And if you ask them, they'll probably help out. When my mum and dad used to come over for Christmas, I would always get them helping with things that I wanted them to do, instead of them just kind of sitting there feeling like, I was running around all the time. If you've got your stuff written down in your control journal, you can say, I would always get my dad to vacuum. My dad loved vacuuming, so I would hoover the whole place. And I would get my mum making soup, her famous minestrone soup. By the way, that's on my recipes and crafts playlist if you're looking for that. So anyway, just stick to your small routines. We're not talking about zone cleaning when the guests are here, but just your small routines, because really that will keep the place ticking over, and you won't resent the guest. You know, we have this saying in Denmark that guests are like fish. After 3 or 4 days they start to smell. So anyway, that's a wee thing about routines on vacation or when you're traveling. It also helps you to get a lot more actually out of your vacation if you're sticking to your small routine, so you're not wasting the whole day with kind of being, you know, out of place. Winter fitness goals. Now I wanted to check in with you again about this because you saw me, was it last winter? I told you that I like to up my exercise in the winter. You know, I do my kind of daily exercise every day. I'm either out biking to do my errands, or I'm biking down to the sea and doing my swim in the sea, or I'm doing the 7-minute fitness app. And I like to kind of ramp it up in the winter for 2 reasons. First of all, it really helps with my mood. We have long, very dark days in Denmark. And the other thing is, it's too easy for me to make an excuse and say, oh, it's really dark, it's wet, it's cold, it's icy outside. So I do that for 2 reasons. And last year I started doing, you know, I would run for 7 minutes, and then when the timer went off, I would run home, you know, doing that 15 minutes. And I'm pleased to say that in the last couple of months, I've restarted, you know, the Couch to 5K app, the running app, and I'm now running 30 minutes, over 30 minutes. You know, there are little 30-minute blocks on the app, and I'm just feeling fabulous. I'm feeling like I've got more energy, and I've been running like 3 or 4 times a week. So go me for doing that. And the other thing is that of course I'm continuing with my winter bathing, the winter swimming, and my friend Sue, you know, my friend Sue who does all the Ironman thing, she's been going on at me, coming up for 2 years now, saying, oh, come with us to a winter swimming championships. So I finally did it. I signed up yesterday. I'm going to be taking part in my first ever swimming competition, and it's going to be winter swimming. And I'm not a swimmer now. I can swim, I swim breaststroke, but I'm not a swimmer. I mean, I think the last time I did some kind of competition was probably when we were learning swimming at school, you know, and you got your badges, whether it was it called tadpoles or whatever. So I'm going to be taking part in a winter swimming championship. Anyway, I'll give you all the details about that later, but I'm going to be swimming 25 meters. And 25 meters breaststroke, and it's head up breaststroke. You're not allowed to have your head in the water. So it's all special rules. And I'll also be doing 25 meters freestyle. And I know I'm going to come number last, but I don't care. Imagine that, me going to a championship swimming thing. Incredible. So just shows you what can happen when you just start out with those little baby steps of things. Oh, and for those who are interested in running, if you really enjoy running, I'm not a runner. I do, I like running, you know, to keep up my energy and keep me fit. But if you are a runner, my friend Sue and many of the other ladies in my international group, they're doing something which is called the Daily Dash in December, DDD, December Daily Dash. And they all have matching hats, and they run every day in December, all month long. They run 5K every single day. So hats off, if you forgive the pun, hats off to them for doing that. It's to raise awareness for a cancer charity. Was it cancer or anyway, it's to raise awareness for a charity in Britain. And you can run 5K every day, or you can run and make up the rest of it in walking, as long as you do 5K every day. And it's a great way for them to get together. You know, they get together in little groups every morning or every evening after dinner, and they complete their 5K. So that's a wonderful way if you're having trouble getting through the winter and you are a runner, maybe you can find out if there's something like that where you are. Okay, and last thing, let me see, yeah, because I need to get on my bike now and get off and meet Vibeke. A fun question came up was on the video that I made about the clothes swap. Remember I went to clothes swap at Irish Maria's house. Beautiful house. I know you all love Maria's house, little thatched roof and everything. I'll put the link up there. And you see Vibeke and I driving up to Maria's house, and somebody thought that we weren't wearing seatbelts. And that brought up this great discussion about seatbelts around the world. Anyway, just a wee bit of info. In Denmark, we have been wearing seatbelts. I mean, it's been compulsory for years and years and years. I mean, ever since I can remember as a child. So for us, it's just like you would never ever get into a car and not be, you know, clunk, click every trip, as they used to call it in Britain when I was a child. And our cars in Denmark, they are fitted with alarms. So it's a signal to you. So even if you've, for some strange reason, forgot to plug in your seatbelt, it will go beep. And also if you've got your kids in the back, or if anybody's in the back, if somebody's not plugged in, then you'll get the alarm. And in Denmark, it's the driver's responsibility to make sure that everybody in the car, you and the passengers, are all plugged in. Because if you are caught by the police, it's points on your license. So, and I love that. I mean, why wouldn't you plug in your seatbelt? I have no idea. Anyway, it was an interesting conversation that came up. Maybe it's not compulsory where you are, or maybe the driver's not responsible for making sure that everybody in the car has their seatbelts on. But anyway, just a wee bit of info for you. And so anyway, I'm going to get going. Otherwise, in Flylady land, it is Thursday, which is errand day. Let me just turn to Thursday. So if you've got, and remember, it doesn't need to be Thursday that you do your errand day. But on errand day, and I've got my wee list here. Things like, have you got books that you need to hand into the library or ones to collect? I've collected all my Christmas reading. And I hand books into our book exchange, supermarket, post office, if you still use the post office. Have you got anything for the cobblers or the dry cleaners? Have you got any donations to hand in? Have you been decluttering? You need to get those donations handed in. Have you got any recycling that needs to go to the recycling centre? What about prescriptions? Can you pick those up when you're out doing your grocery shop? Ironmonger, hard store, IKEA. And the other thing I have got written on my list, we have our recycling things picked up tomorrow. It's either, it changes every fortnight. It's either recycling or it's garden refuse. And that's what I need to get done today. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. Remember to get some daily exercise. You do not need to be winter swimming or running 5K every day, but just do something. It really is a big mood changer. So anyway, live long and prosper. May the Danish be with you, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, bye for now.